Hey, I'm the handler. I'm here to hold the leash.
Your job's a lot more complicated than that.
What?
There's more to it. You have to handle the leash, you have to guide the dog, you have to manage its behaviors. You have to do a lot more stuff.
Oh, see, I thought all I had to do was look good and hold the leash.
That's just the beginning.
There's more?
Yeah, a lot more.
Oh, man. I don't know if I can handle all that. Dog trainer, reporting for command! I'm here to tell everybody in the room what to do. I'm here to train that dog, your dog, my dog, everybody's dog in the same way. Why? Because it's my way or the highway, and it's always gonna work. Do you understand? Do you understand?
What about training the dog in front of you?
Well, I never thought of that.
And if it doesn't work on that dog?
I just figured I'd try again, the same way but harder.
I'm no expert, but wouldn't it be easier to try something else if the first thing doesn't work?
Huh.
It would still be your idea, Mr. Trainer, sir.
Oh, cool. Right on, man.
Are you the qualified and trained decoy?
Oh, no way, man. I'm the new guy on the force. They just told me to get in this suit and don't get my face bit off. I thought it was pretty righteous.
Have you ever even caught a dog?
Oh, no way.
You gotta know what you're doing. This stuff's intense.
Well, cool, dude. Let's do it.
You need to be trained.
Right on. Hey, man. What's this thing for?
You gotta be kidding me.
Welcome everybody to Shadowbox Canine, home of the urbanite dog enthusiast, a channel all about dogs and our relationship with them. Today we're talking about canine protection training, or some people call it apprehension or bite work, or as I assume some dogs call it, grabby grabby bark bark. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the roles it takes to get this training done. In my experience, it doesn't matter whether it's a police canine, a military canine, a sport dog, or a private apprehension dog. It still requires 3 roles to ensure we get the training done successfully. Now, notice I said roles, not people necessarily. It takes a trainer, a handler, and a decoy. Before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's get going. Let's start with the most apparent of the roles, the canine handler. The handler's job is to manage and guide our well-developed fur missile with confidence and efficiency. That's the textbook definition, but here's some more on what it really means. And trust me, it's a lot more than just holding the leash. If our dog is a sheathed weapon or a holstered one, the canine handler is the soldier responsible for wielding him. He is responsible for deploying, managing, and caring for the dog. Whatever the dog does or doesn't do while in occupation is on the handler at that given time. That's why the most important ingredient in this operation is a good working relationship between handler and dog. Since we're on this analogy, just like a service person needs to know their weapon inside and out and be able to break it down into small pieces, a canine handler needs to know his dog inside and out. You need to know your dog's thresholds, limitations, inclinations, and habits. You need to know the dog to understand and support the dog. It's a team effort after all. The handler isn't just the dog's guide and supporter. He's also the dog's advocate. Too many handlers don't understand the severity of their role. This can end up placing more responsibility on the plates of the other roles involved in training, such as the trainer and decoy. At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, and they're out there on the field, it's just the dog and the handler.
Just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
So it's best when they're adequately prepared, trained, and competent. In performance of duties, The handler's responsibilities include maintaining the dog in obedient control, giving everybody the assurance that the dog isn't just a weaponized loose cannon at the end of the leash. The other responsibility is ensuring that the dog is fully equipped for the task at hand. Making sure that your dog has everything he needs is up to you if you're the handler. The last handler responsibility is the most important. Ensuring that the dog is safe, backing the dog up, and being a reliable team member. The next role we're going to cover is that of a trainer. Ah, the wizard, with all the answers.
You're a wizard, Harry.
The trainer's main function is quite simple: to monitor and teach in order to bring out the dog's full potential. The trainer is going to be teaching and supervising all of the finer details. He's going to be supervising the handler's actions, the dog's reactions, the dog's performance, the decoy's work, and the entire training evolution. The trainer should focus on training the dog in front of them. Some less experienced trainers, or even ego-driven ones, might be pressed to only try one approach over and over again, even when it's not working. They'll often blame the dog or the entire canine team altogether. The role of the trainer is integral to the final equation. A competent, balanced, and experienced trainer with effective communication skills will be able to make the canine team's performance soar beyond expectation. Okay, on to the most misunderstood role of them all, the decoy. Now let's get something out of the way quick. There is so much more to being a decoy than just jumping in the suit and running away from the dog.
Run, Forrest, run!
So much more. Sometimes there's this newbies gotta get bit, newbies gotta get in the suit culture that takes a hold. And I gotta tell you, it is a terrible approach. The decoy's role is much more complicated than just being the Bob at the boxing gym for the dog to bite on. It boils down to this. The decoy is perhaps the only person in the world that has the potential to understand the dog to the same degree, if not deeper, than the handler. The decoy is responsible for doing whatever's physically necessary to bring out the dog's full potential as an apprehension dog. Over time, the decoy understands the dog's thresholds, weaknesses, and strengths. The decoy eventually gets in the dog's mind.
Get out! Get out of my head!
Understanding what the dog is going through based on the intensity, body language, and grip on the bite. Decoys get up close and personal with the dog on a level that few others might. Proper decoy work is task saturated. We're talking everything from engaging the dog with proper intensity and technique, ensuring that the dog remains physiologically safe, and keeping him or herself safe during the entire time that they're engaged with the dog. While having all three roles present during any training session is ideal, most often the decoy and trainer roles actually interchange or are one and the same. It happens quite often. At that point, the decoy trainer will be responsible for teaching the dog, teaching the handler, keeping the dog safe, and keeping himself safe as well. This goes without saying, but performing decoy work is physically grueling. After all, you are using your body as a training dummy for a dog that believes it's real. Decoys often have to exert continuous and sometimes strenuous physical activity in pursuit of the dog's full potential. This has a tendency to leave them worn out, bruised, and battered. Why do we do it, you ask? Because we love working dogs. It's that simple. We do it because we love it. We enjoy it. We want to see the dog achieve its full potential. We want the canine team to be everything that they can be. And we love being a part of that equation. Being a competent decoy requires skill, training, and adequate physical conditioning. It's definitely not the responsibility you want to bestow on the new guy. I hope you enjoyed our exploration into the roles of canine protection training. Check me out on Instagram at ShadowboxK9, where you can inquire about in-person training and online training consultation to begin your dog training journey. As always, let your day go to the dogs. See ya.